Mount Blue TV Sports is brought to you in part by these generous sponsors: Origin and Jocko Fuel. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. The Height family of dealerships since 1911, with locations in Skowhegan, Farmington, and Madison.
Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. My name is Griffin Conlog, and we're coming to you live from Mount Blue High School for tonight's KBAC matchup featuring the visiting Messalonskee Eagles and your Mount Blue Cougars. This is the first game of the season for both teams, so we should learn a lot about both teams' prospects for the season tonight. A young Mount Blue team went 3-11 last season, and will look to improve upon that with 8 key returners from last year's team, including all 5 starters. They were a young team last year, only having 1 senior, and only have 1 senior on this year as well. Key to this team's success will be returning guards Poisson, Sterling, and Meter, as well as Dipner, who should return later this season from an injury. The biggest question mark for the Cougars will be their post play, as the team lacks a true big man. They'll be outsized in pretty much every matchup, including tonight's matchup, and will rely on their pace and rebounding as a team against teams like Skowhegan and Nokomis and tonight, who have players that are almost a half foot taller than the tallest players on Mount Blue. It's early season, so we don't have a lot of information to go on, but the Cougars are going to look to control the pace tonight of the game, get to the basket using their 4-guard lineups, sometimes 5. Messalonskee is also a young team with only 2 seniors and graduated 2 first-team all-conference players last year. They probably have similar expectations to the Cougars this season and will look to develop and grow as the season goes along and push for one of those playoff spots in our always competitive KBAC North. The starters tonight for the visiting Messalonskee Eagles are number 0, Alden Duran, number 1, Daniel Parent, number 5, Sam Doobie, number 11, Merrick Smith, and number 14, Owen Axelson. For your Cougars, the starters are number 0, Charles Stevens, number 2, Jaden Meter, number 5, Evan Sterling, number 11, Zach Poisson, and number 14, Chandler Briggs.
Good evening and welcome to Mount Blue High School. Tonight's Class A North basketball game between the visiting Messalonskee Eagles and our own Mount Blue Cougars. We would like to remind everyone that the smoke tobacco is vape-free campus. We ask you to help keep it that way. Mount Blue High School, the MPA, and the KBAC promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at today's game. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, other spectators, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope that you enjoy the game. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Scott and Mr. Day. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. Their judgments can be accepted regardless of personal feelings or loyalties. Some basic guidelines for tonight's game. Everyone in the gym must wear a mask properly. If you are in the players' spectator pod section, please stay there unless you're using the restroom or the concessions when they're open. Kids in the student section, please sit on or stand near the front of the number of the seat you have chosen and stay there. Tonight, we would like to thank and recognize Coach Brian Kelly for his 41 years of coaching service to area athletes. Brian, or DJ, has positively impacted countless lives with his upbeat, positive attitude. He always stressed the importance of every member of the team, no matter their talent level. In summary, Brian was a great coach, but he's an even better person. As a token of our appreciation, we've had a custom Mitchell chair made for him. Thank you, Coach, and enjoy your retirement.
You gotta get your photo taken. Here's the chair. Yeah, Brian. There you go. Coaches, get around. Yeah, thank you. Tell me about it. Perfect. Make sure you're smiling. Yeah.
Thanks, DK. Thank you, DK. And now for tonight's starting lineup. First is the Women's Eagles. Number 0, Alden Doran. Number 1, Daniel Trent. Number 5, Sam Doobie. Number 11, Merrick Smith. Number 14, Owen Axelson. The Eagles are coached by Dave Danger, assisted by John Doyen, Ryan Sissy, and Nathan Davis. Now starting for your Mountain Cougars. Number 0, Charles Stevens. Number 2, David Peter. Number 5, Evan Sterling. Number 11, Jack Rayson. And number 11, Xander Briggs. The team is coached by Terry Williams, assisted by Jason Briggs, Nick Cowan, and Ryan Kelly. Safety Madden. Now would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
We are just about underway here for the season opener for the Mount Blue Cougars. Look to see Zach Poisson lead the way as he has the last couple seasons as the lead guard for the Cougars. Had a great second half of last season, often scoring 15 to 20 points every night, creating a lot of chances and shooting well. They can add three-point shooting alongside Chandler Briggs, who was one of the best shooters in the state last season. They'll take advantage of the fact that they got a lot of guards out there who can move and get to the hoop and score. So Sterling will take the tip to the Cougars. And Messalonskee will start off with the ball. Looks like point guard for Messalonskee is Alden Duran. He's guarded by Meter. Swings the ball across to Doobie. Doobie looks for Axelson. Some tight defense there by Briggs. Back up top to Duran. He'll drive to the hoop. Some good defense by Meter. Puts up the shot. A little short there. Rebound goes to Poisson. He'll take the ball up himself. He'll keep it. Takes his first attempt over the much bigger man. Not a little too strong on that one. Ball comes down. Rebounded by Sam Doobie. They find Duran inside, but he loses the ball. Meter brings the ball up. Gets the ball to Sterling. Thought about the three there. Back to Meter, who looks to drive. Sterling up top. He'll set up the offense. Here's Poisson. Took a couple of steps there before putting the ball down, and it'll be Messalonskee basketball here. Doobie with the ball. Mount Blue looks to trap, and Sterling gets the steal. He'll keep it, take it all the way to the hoop. He kisses the ball off the glass for his first 2 points of the night. Mount Blue's looking to trap some more here. Take advantage of the fact that they got 4 quick guards out there in the game and are a little bit mismatched here. Sterling with some great defense forces the tough pass. Poisson right up there. Guarded Doobie. Picks up his dribble. 3-point attempt by Parent. This one's not good. But an offensive rebound and a great assist there as number 11 Merrick Smith finds Owen Axelson for his first points of the game. Axelson immediately gets a steal. Finds Doran inside, who is fouled. Fouls on Mount Blue Zach Poisson, his first of the night. Looks like Stevens will be their rim protector for the Cougars tonight. Here's number 11, Merrick Smith with the attempt. He banks it off the backboard. 4-2 Messalonskee early on here at Mount Blue. Back up top to Poisson. To Sterling. A lot of ball movement here for the Cougars. Meter up top. Takes it with his left hand. Thought about the pass, but floated it up, and his first attempt of the night is good as well. Some great defense here by the Cougars, but Messalonskee breaks the press, and this one is good as well. Number 1, Daniel Parent with his first of the night. Meter looks to drive. A little too strong off the glass. Ball last touched by Mount Blue's number 0, Charles Stevens. Mount Blue sets up in a 2-2-1 press here. Looks to force some steals. A little late on the read there as number 1 gets to the hoop, and another basket. Second in a row now for Parent. He's got 4 on the night. Poisson front mans the ball. Sterling to Meter. Sterling again, back to Meter. Thought about the 3. Hand in the face though, Poisson will drive. Back up to Sterling. Patient offense here by the Cougars. Some great defense by Messalonskee. And a great pass from the sophomore Sterling, finding Charles Stevens underneath for his first bucket of the season. Got 6 different scorers between the 2 teams already. Ball bounces off number 5 Sam Doobie's leg, out of bounds, Mount Blue basketball. 3 minutes gone, trailing by 2 here. Poisson will take the ball up. Briggs with the screen. Trying to get open for the 3-pointer. Here's Briggs. Great drive and great finish as well for Briggs. Great team basketball for both teams so far. Playing some great defense up top as Jaden Meter forces the pass. Ball comes inside to Smith. Smith kicks the ball back out to Parent. Slides his foot there on the jump stop, and that'll be a turnover. Mount Blue basketball. So Mount Blue makes their first subs of the game. Coben and Pinkham come in. Meter and Stevens make way. Here's Briggs. He finds Poisson. Poisson gets fouled on the pass. His foul is on Doran, his first of the night. Cougars ball on the baseline. Poisson struggles to get it in, but he finds Briggs. He will take the 3. Just short on this one, but a great offensive rebound by Poisson. Another attempt by Briggs. This one rims out. Defensive rebound by Axelson. He'll swing the ball across. Jacob Love gets inside to Smith. Kicks the ball out here. Three-point attempt by Axelson is no good, but an offensive rebound, this one for Parent. Kicks the ball out. Axelson gets inside to Doran, short on his layup attempt. Another offensive rebound, though. Cougars struggling to get the ball back here. Three-pointer just out as Coben pulls down the rebound and gets the ball to Sterling. They'll bring the ball up and find Briggs for three, who is blocked. So great defense there by Axelson. As Meter comes back into the game for the Cougars. Number 2, Walter Fegel, also subs in for Messalonskee, seeing his first minutes of the night here. Meter to inbound. Turns the ball over. Steal by Fegel. Full court pass there. Keeps the ball alive, and a nice floater, this time by Parent. He's got 6 now on the night, leads both teams. Poisson to slow down the offense. Try to create something here. Gets the ball to Meter up top, got a size advantage. Loses his dribble, some great defense by Messalonskee's guard. Offensive rebound by Meter off the Sterling miss. He'll keep it himself. Hands the ball off to Sterling. Nothing there as Meter looks to drive. Picks up his dribble, back to Sterling. Some really great defense protecting the paint here by Messalonskee as Mount Blue lacks a real post game, so they look to get to the hoop or shoot three-pointers a lot of the time. Poisson with the ball. Nothing inside there. Some more solid defense. Picks up 3 defenders there and finishes over all 3 of them as Poisson gets himself on the board. 5th different score for the Cougars. 5 buckets, 5 different scores here. Meter's playing some defense. Ball goes inside to Love. He'll post up here. Kicks the ball out top to Fegel. Back up top to Parent. Three-point attempt is no good, a little too strong on that. Messalonskee's Jacob Love can't corral the rebound. Ball last off Messalonskee, Mount Blue basketball. As Stevens returns to the game and Pinkham makes way. Briggs also back on the court for the Cougars. Poisson has it. Illegal screen set by Mount Blue's Coben. His first foul of the night. Turnover, ball goes to Messalonskee. Axelson with it. He'll be guarded by Briggs. Meter goes for the steal, but can't corral it, but he pokes it out on the second attempt. Here's Poisson, who will finish off the layup. Some good defense here by the Cougars as they take their first lead since the beginning of the game. They're up 12-10 with just over a minute left here in the first quarter. Poisson with some physical defense here. Tough call there as a couple of Cougars had some great defense. Poisson looks to be called with the push from behind, his second foul. First free throw is good. Poisson will see his first minutes on the bench here of the game with 2 fouls. Don't want to risk that third. And Duran makes it 2 for 2 at the line here. Meter will handle some point guard duties with Poisson making his way to the bench. Some good passing here as Briggs attempts another three-pointer. This one is good. Sharpshooter finally gets his first after a few attempts that weren't quite there. Oh, Cougars unlucky on that one as well. It's the wild pass by Messalonskee, but a little too physical underneath by Stevens, and Messalonskee will retain possession of the ball as Doobie comes back in. 15-12 here with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Some good defense by the Cougar. Ball comes in to Walter Pegel. Some great defense, great hands as Briggs forces the turnover. Meter tries to get the ball up here to Sterling, who finds Briggs. Back up top to Meter. Stevens in the corner. Sterling will dribble. Stevens looks to drive. Creates some space there with a shoulder and is called for the player control foul. That's also Stevens' second foul. He'll join Poisson on the bench. Axelson will bring it up for the Eagles. Meter defends. Looks inside. Finds his man. And the same call on this end as number 23, Jacob Love, puts a forearm into Pinkham's chest. Pinkham hits the floor, draws the offensive. Cougars will look to hold for one last shot in the quarter. Meter will have the ball, gives it to Sterling. He'll take it up. See who the Cougars will look to take the final shot here of the first quarter as they look to enter the second with a good lead. Oh, a little too aggressive there by number 2, Walter Fegel, as he is called for a foul. 6.8 left on the clock. Sterling is the one who drew that foul. Here's Dill seeing his first minutes. Meter to Sterling. He'll attempt the three-pointer. And he banks it off the glass. Great shot there by Sterling. His 5th point of the game. We'll be right back.
Mount Blue TV Sports is brought to you in part by these generous sponsors: Origin and Jocko Fuel. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. The Height family of dealerships since 1911, with locations in Skowhegan, Farmington, and Madison.
Folks, after one, the Mount Blue Cougars lead 18-12. Some great guard play out there as Sterling and Briggs lead the way with 5 points each. Poisson with 4 as well, and Meter and Stevens each with a bucket. Some great team basketball by both teams, some unselfish play, a lot of great ball movement. Cougars will get the ball back. Poisson back on the court with his 2 fouls. He'll have to play a little more careful here in this second quarter so that he can save some of those for the second half. Here's Poisson with it. He gets the ball to Sterling, keeps it up top. Good screen there by Coben, sets up some space there. Poisson wants to ISO, he's got a size mismatch here. He drives but loses his handles, and a great steal this time by Smith. Great tie-up by Meter on the other end as Messalonskee will retain possession as Mount Blue started with the ball this quarter. Parent to inbound. He finds Axelson. Some good defense by Poisson. Back up top to Doran. Briggs tries to get around that screen. They switch on it. Shot attempt by Doobie is no good, just short. And here's Sterling with it. He gets all the way up to Coben. Coben a little shy there to shoot the shot, and he looks to pass the ball to Meter. Tipped last out of bounds. Last touch by Messalonskee. Poisson will inbound here. Some great defense on the other end by the Cougars. Ball comes in to Sterling. Here's Meter. Some good defense by Messalonskee, but Poisson gets the ball. Dribbles out. Sterling takes it himself. Great floater there over the big man. Sterling has 7 now, leads the way for the game. Big man Doran tries to take the ball. He gets by Briggs, kicks the ball out. They look inside, get the ball to Smith. He kicks the ball out. 3-point attempt by Doobie is good. That's his first basket of the night. 20-14 here. Great pass as Poisson drives and kicks to Zach Coben, who hits the layup. It's going to be the key for the Cougars, is to get themselves to the hoop and then move the ball after there when they draw the double team or the triple team. Great finish there for number 0, Doran. There's Poisson. Another great pass, but a little too strong. Coben can't handle it. It falls out of bounds. That would have been a nice, easy layup there as well. 22-17, couple minutes gone here, the start of the second. Doobie will bring the ball up. Defended by Briggs. Ball kicked up top to Parent. He'll attempt the 3. This one is good. That's 9 now for Parent. 2-point Cougar lead. Sterling goes behind his back, gets the ball to Meter. He'll stop and attempt the deep 2-pointer. This one is good. And we have our first timeout of the night, as Messalonskee would like to talk that over with a 30-second timeout. Good shot there by Meter. It's a great chance for us to thank a couple of our sponsors, Origin and Heights Chevrolet. Thanks for making this broadcast happen. Good second quarter here by the Cougars. They are up 24-20, causing Messalonskee to call a timeout and talk that over as they are struggling to defend. Mount Blue's barrage of point guards out there who can get themselves to the hoop. A few more plays go the Cougars' way, they could have an even larger lead, as they've made some great passes underneath that they just haven't been able to handle, or some shot attempts that they've shied away from. But what they're doing is working so far on both ends, as they have a disadvantage from size point of view. But they've made the best of that and have defended well as a team and rebounded well as a team other than a few possessions, and will look to continue that. On the floor for the Cougars are Meter, Briggs, Sterling, Dill, and Pinkham. Cougars look to trap. Messalonskee might have just gotten away with a backcourt violation there, but ref didn't quite see that. Kick out here. Turnover there as Mount Blue comes away with the ball. Sterling will take the ball up with Poisson on the bench. He finds Meter. Meter dribbles along the 3-point line. Briggs with the deep NBA range 3, just a little off to the left as Smith comes down with it. Smith gets the ball to Doran, who brings the ball up as our lead guard. Here's Bumford. Kicks it inside to Smith. Smith will dribble the baseline and loses the ball, but a blocking foul is called on the Cougars. This foul's on Briggs, his first of the night. Coach Norton's not too happy about that one, as Messalonskee did dribble the ball off his own leg, but a blocking foul is the decision that was made there. Meter almost gets the steal. Here's Bumford again. A little wild on his dribble, but a great finish there as he puts up the floater. Sterling again at the point. He'll take it with his left hand, put up the floater. Messalonskee a little too late on the rotation as Sterling gets his 9th. Ties the game high. Briggs defending. There's a switch. Meter. Parent has the ball for the Messalonskee team. He looks inside and finds Smith. Some great defense out there by Pinkham. He's about a head shorter than Messalonskee's Smith, and that block call was a little unlucky, but he had some great defense on the 2 possessions he got posted up on. Some great defense there, preventing a score and also forcing a turnover as Poisson comes back in the game for Pinkham. Screen by Briggs. Look to get him open for 3, not quite there. Meter gets it to his left, called for the carry. A little too strong on that turn there, held the ball up. Here's Moody. Briggs with the defense, back to Bumford. Bumford gets the ball to Parent. Back to Doran. Here's Bumford with another shot. This one's no good, but Messalonskee with the offensive rebound. If they can keep doing that, they can stay right in this game. 3-point attempt here. This one's by Doran. Is no good, but Briggs comes away with the rebound and is fouled on the play. It's a good hustle play there by the junior wing. Poisson. Defended by the much bigger Doran. Briggs looks for the three and is fouled on the dribble. Foul's called on Doran. I believe that's the 5th foul on Messalonskee. Back in the game for Messalonskee, Walter Fegel. Brady Bumford makes way there. Here's Briggs. He'll attempt another three, and this one is good. You can't give that kid that amount of time and expect it to not go in, as he has 8 points now on the night. 7-point lead for Mount Blue. Good defense now on the other end from Briggs. Poisson with the steal. Looks like he'll take it all the way. Nice Euro step and a great finish. There's a 9-point lead as Poisson looks to get another steal. And forces another turnover as Messalonskee was on the end line there. And Messalonskee would like to talk that over as well, as this lead is starting to get a little out of hand for them, as Mount Blue looks to push it to double digits. Once again, thank you to Origin and Height Chevrolet. Some really well-balanced play by both teams here, as Messalonskee has 6 different scores and Mount Blue has 6 as well. It's nice to see good team basketball out here, as both teams share the ball and have a lot of different players that are looking to score. Leading the way for Messalonskee's Daniel Parent. For Mount Blue, Sterling has 9 and Chandler Briggs has 8. Looking to lean on their guard play as expected. Most of their baskets have come from dribble penetration or 3-point shooting. Briggs already has 2 3-pointers here with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Having a shooting threat like that helps open up lanes for their guards to get to the hoop. Here's Poisson to Sterling. He'll drive with another floater. It's his 3rd floater of the night. He has hit double digits and given Mount Blue the 11-point lead. Some good defense by Dill. Over in the corner to Axelson. Moody takes it back up top. Bagel. He will drive and float it, but a little too short as Stevens comes away with the rebound. Sterling gets the ball up. Looks for Dill. Back to Sterling, who is fouled on his shot attempt. It was a great play there by Justin Dill, who overran it a little bit and had a crazy save to get the ball to Sterling, who is fouled on his shot attempt. Sterling to shoot 2. Sterling, good on the first. As Briggs and Meter come back in, and Stevens and Poisson will make way. And Sterling makes it an even 2 for 2 there. His 13th point of the night. Axelson. Meter on. Interesting play there as Chandler Briggs ties up the ball and takes a strong elbow to the throat. Immediately called an offensive foul there on Doran. Looks like Coach Norton might have been asking why that wasn't a flagrant. Meter with it. Sterling gets the ball to Dill here. Briggs with a great pass underneath to Coben, but it's tipped out of bounds. When you've hit 2 3-pointers early in a game, it's easy. They're going to close out tight on you, and you can attack those closeouts, and that's something that Briggs has looked to add to his game, as last year he started the season as mostly just a spot-up shooter. Great post up there by the sophomore Sterling. He's got 15 now on the night. This is an unofficial stat, but I believe that might already be his career high. He might have had some games in the 20s last year, but most of his home games weren't quite that high, as Messalonskee scores their first in quite a while. Here's Sterling again. Looks to break down the defender. Finds Meter. Back to Sterling. Great drive and another floater. He cannot be stopped here this first half, as he is getting closer and closer to the 20-point first half here. 3-point attempt, no good, as Sterling comes down with the rebound. He'll keep it himself. Might get a nice heat check here to see if he can keep it going. As Briggs puts up another three, this one's a little wide and a little short and will fall out of bounds, as Pinkham will return to the game with just over 1 minute to go and a 15-point Mount Blue lead. There's Doobie with the ball. Briggs will pick him up. Sterling looked to get the steal there. Led with the wrong hand. Left hand lead there, and he probably would be getting all the way to the hoop for a fast break layup. A lot of energy over here on the Mount Blue bench, as they pretty excited with this lead that they've created here in the second quarter. Very tight first quarter. There's Doobie. Inside, Axelson will try to drive on Pinkham. He uses his strength to keep him off the block. Doobie looks to kick. 3-point shot by Roderick. This one's a little long, a little too strong on that. Great save there by Axelson. As Parent looks to drive. And some great defense by Briggs, forces the travel. Mount Blue has smothered Messalonskee on defense this half, causing a lot of turnovers. Couple that with Evan Sterling's great individual play on the offensive end, and it's easy to see why Mount Blue is leading by 15 here with just under 20 seconds to go. Looks like Mount Blue will hold for the final shot, just as they did in the first quarter. Here's Poisson. Looks like he'll take it himself. He drives, puts the ball up. Little too strong, no real shot at making that. Some great defense by Messalonskee, but he is lucky to draw the foul on that one, and he will shoot two with just over 2 seconds to go. Good on number one. And Zach gets his 7th and 8th points of the night as he heads to the bench to avoid that third foul with only 2.1 left on the clock. Ball comes in. And a turnover on Messalonskee, as Mount Blue will get the ball with 0.6 seconds left on the clock as the ref tells the clock to fix it to. 17-point game here. 0.6 is enough to get a shot off. Let's see if the Cougars do. Got to fix the clock here as 6 seconds have been put on. And a quick little delay here before the start of the halftime break. Meter to inbound with 0.6 on the clock. Gets it to Sterling. Just as many people have had to contend with, he hit the curtain. A lot of full court heaves and half court shots here will hit the curtain as it's in the way there up top, but unlucky to end the quarter that way. But a great second quarter by the Cougars gives them a 41-24 lead as we head into halftime. We'll see you on the other side of the half.
Mount Blue TV Sports is brought to you in part by these generous sponsors: Origin and Jocko Fuel. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. The Hype family of dealerships since 1911, with locations in Skowhegan, Farmington, and Madison.
Welcome back to the broadcast, folks, here at Mount Blue High School, as Mount Blue is facing off with the visitors from Messalonskee. Mount Blue leads 41-24 here at halftime. Look to come and send a message here in this second half, as they started off this game a little slow, kind of trading points with Messalonskee in that first quarter, but a second quarter led by Evan Sterling on the offensive end and some great team defense on the other end. It's turned into a great offensive performance by these Cougars, as they are on track to score over 80 points, something that wasn't happening too often last season. I'm sure they're coming to this season with some high expectations for themselves and might be feeling a little as if the rest of the teams in the league might not take them as seriously, as they are young and they are small, but they are trying to prove those doubters wrong tonight, as they are undersized and they are playing one of the other younger teams in the league, but they are younger than Messalonskee on paper, and they are not acting like it, as they look like a team of savvy veterans out there. Zach Poisson has done a great job of setting the tempo on the offensive end, as Chandler Briggs and Jaden Meter have done great on the defensive end, picking up a lot of pressure right at half court, some half-court traps, and causing a lot of steals. Mount Blue knows that they need to play fast and aggressive to be successful against teams that can out-rebound them. And the offensive rebounds were a problem at times there in that quarter, but if they can clean those up, they could balloon this into a much bigger lead than they already have. For the Cougars, Evan Sterling put up 17 points there, including 10 in the second quarter. Getting to the rim easily and floating the ball over the big men that are closing out just a little bit too slow. It's nice to have fans here this season, as last year we were playing in front of empty gyms. It was pretty much just us over here broadcasting the game, watching on the inside of the stadium, but this year we've got a handful of parents and decent-sized student section, and the support is great for the students out there, as it's a huge part of the high school experience is having fans here to watch and root you on. Evan Sterling will look to inbound the ball here to Poisson. All right, 16 minutes remain here in this game as the Cougars look to get their first win of the season, up 17. Poisson to Briggs. He hit 2 threes in that first, and not good on this one, but the tip-in attempt by Stevens is no good as the ball falls to Duran. He'll kick the ball into the corner. Parent will put up the shot. In and out. Good offensive rebound there by Duran, but Meter hustles, gets on the floor, and we'll have a jump ball. Messalonskee will get possession of the ball as the Cougars started the second half with it. Doobie looks to inbound. He gets it into the guard, Axelson. Picks up his dribble. Jacob Love, who didn't start the game, will start the third quarter here. And he turns the ball over as Poisson finishes off the fast break. As he hits double digits as well. His 10 points on the night, second for the Cougars. A little wild on the dribble by Parent. He finds a slashing teammate. Ball's tipped out of bounds by the Cougars as they are up by 19 here with just under a minute gone to start the third quarter. It's going to be something that we talk a lot about this season, is how the Cougars lack size, but Stevens has done a great job underneath, and another great example of some tough defense on a guy a lot bigger than him there. As Poisson gets the ball all the way up to Briggs. Gets shoved 2 hands from behind. Almost finishes off the layup, but instead will get the chance to shoot 2 free throws here. Coach Norton's over here working the refs a little bit, I think. Briggs. Just short on his first free throw. That's Cougars' first free throw miss of the night. Coben will come in for Stevens, another one of the undersized bigs for the Cougars, who's done a good job on the defensive end, guarding players much bigger than him tonight. As Briggs splits the free throws, he has 9 tonight. And that's a 20-point lead, biggest lead of the night for the Cougars. Great cut there, and the right-handed layup on the left side for Parent as he hits double figures. Messalonskee's leading man with 11 points here. Poisson. Briggs kicks it back out to Poisson. Puts up the contested shot. Great shot there by Poisson. Heavily contested over the big man. Axelson. Backdoor cut by Doobie. Blocked emphatically by Sterling. He gets up there big and takes away that shot attempt easily. You know, the Cougars are undersized, and that's something I've obviously mentioned quite a lot tonight, but players like Sterling have great vertical leap, get up there and protect the rim, and their big men, though undersized, are very strong and very athletic, as Stevens and especially Pinkham have done a great job being physical and strong and preventing the big men for the other team from posting up and scoring on them. Having a hard time keeping with their men, though, this start of this half. Lucky to miss there as offensive rebound pulled down by Durant. Gets put up, no good. Another offensive rebound by Love, and he is fouled. That foul was called on number 21, Zach Coben. Some miscommunication here by the Cougars as they've lost their man a few times here on the defensive end, as Pinkham will come in for Coben, who actually just picked up his third foul of the game, his second of this quarter. Ball comes in here to Parent. Inside to Duran, who puts up the floater, and it is good. 6 for Duran tonight. Poisson finds Meter for 3. This one's a little off. But Pinkham with the offensive rebound, puts up the shot. Too strong on this. But he gets another offensive rebound. And though he may not have had complete control of possession there, Coach Norton is awarded the timeout, and Mount Blue will keep possession of the ball up 18 here with just over 2 minutes gone in the second half. A little bit sloppy to start this half here for the Cougars. Probably playing pretty confident as they did come into the half with a pretty big lead. But they've struggled a little bit on the defensive end, got lucky with some wild shots by Messalonskee, and Messalonskee will probably hope to capitalize on those slip-ups on the defensive end by the Cougars here in the second half. Mount Blue will talk it over and get a little bit more organized on that end so that they can prevent and play as good of defense as they played in that first half. Parent is the player that has gotten hot here for Messalonskee. He's got 11. He'll need Axelson to help continue creating shot opportunities for him if the Messalonskee team has any chance of getting back in this one. A lot of basketball left to be played, though, as Poisson will inbound the ball. Here's looks for Briggs, gets it to Briggs, but right back to Poisson, who will set up the offense. Sterling with another floater. Looked like the rotation was there for Messalonskee, but he finishes it. Drive by Parent as he is fouled. And Smith will come back in, giving Parent a rest here. Still in the game for Mount Blue. He'll be tasked with guarding Duran. Poisson almost comes away with a steal, and the three-point attempt by Doobie is no good. As Sterling comes down with a rebound. He is Mount Blue's best rebounder here tonight, using his athleticism. Pinkham with a bit of a lollipop pass there, but Poisson keeps possession and calls a play here. Sterling to Dill. Looks inside, nothing there. Messalonskee using their length to prevent the ball inbounds here. Poisson. That is a tough shot to make, but Zach Poisson makes another contested shot here in the second half. He's up to 14 now, as Mount Blue gets up to 50 points. They lead by 22. Dill defending Axelson. Drive by Love, kick to the corner. Doobie with another three-point attempt. This one he will make. Here's Sterling. Kicks the ball. Good hands there by Duran to tip the ball out. Dill will attempt his first three-pointer of the night. A little too flat on that one. Pinkham not strong enough on the rebound, as Messalonskee will come away with it. Here's Love. Looks inside. Gets the ball to Smith. Back to Axelson, who finishes his second bucket of the night. He's got 4 points. Poisson to Sterling. Cougars up 17 halfway through this third here. There's Dill. He'll drive baseline. Called for the travel. Poisson will get a breather as Meter back in the game. Doobie. Defended by Briggs. Inside to Smith. Smith finds Roderick, who puts up a three. Can't quite find it tonight as Sterling ties up the ball and will get the ball back for the Cougars off the offensive rebound by Doobie. Coben back in. He's got 3 fouls. Still will make way. Meter. Cougars struggling to get Briggs open here this half. Sterling on the foul line. He is blocked. Roderick. He's going to drive. Great defense there by Meter. And the backcourt violation, as Mount Blue did not tip that. Just goes into the backcourt, and Mount Blue will call a timeout, talk it over. Mount Blue's cleaned it up a little bit here since their last timeout, but they're still not capitalizing exactly on all their chances, making some tough shots and also getting blocked a few times. It's a good opportunity for us to thank Origin and Height Chevrolet once again for sponsoring us. About halfway through the third here. Sterling with 19 and Poisson with 14. They've continued their strong play from that first half. The one major difference is that Messalonskee has done a great job of preventing Mount Blue's Chandler Briggs from getting loose on the perimeter. He's driven a couple times and he got to the free throw line splitting his free throws, but they've kept him off the three-point line. Which has got to be a game plan for them in this second half. Last season, Briggs often started games really hot, putting in double-digit scoring in the first half, but would often get face guarded in the second half. Not quite the same this year, as Sterling was the hot hand to start. Meter will get the ball into Sterling, as Poisson will look to sub back into the game as soon as possible. Unlucky turnover there, as Meter's pass is tipped by Roderick. The drive by, looks like number 5, Sam Doobie. He is fouled. His shot attempt is no good, but he will shoot 2 at the line. Good on number 1. Some great free throw shooting by both teams tonight, as very few misses for either team. 2 for 2 at the line for Doobie, as he is now in double figures as well, joining his teammate Daniel Parent. He's got 10 on the night. Here's Poisson. Forces the ball into Sterling, who was triple teamed and lost the ball. Poisson goes in for the steal. Deemed last off the guard for Mount Blue, and Messalonskee will retain possession as Doobie looks to inbound here. 15-point game with 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Some good play here by Messalonskee, but Sterling comes away with another steal. Takes it the length of the floor himself. 21 for the Mount Blue guard. Big play by the sophomore tonight. Love takes it around the perimeter. Messalonskee does have tall guards as well as post players with some height. Haven't had the chance to take advantage of that too well here, as Pinkham is called for the foul. 5 already on the Cougars here in the second half, as Stevens will be back in the game, tasked with guarding the big man, Merrick Smith. Ball gets inbounded to Duran. He'll stop and put up the shot. No good. Offensive rebound, though, by Smith. Some great help defense as Poisson comes away with the steal. Sterling frontman's to Meter. Back to Meter. Back up top to Poisson. Briggs deep from 3. This one's no good. Looks like Briggs is complaining about a little hitch in his shoulder here. Let's get that quickly checked out on the sideline as Zach Coben will come in for him. It's been a pretty great performance tonight by the Cougars, who are missing one of their key performers from last year, Hayden Dipner, who is out with an injury from earlier this year and will look to come back at some point this season and help contribute to this young Cougar basketball team. Some great defense by Stevens, but Poisson comes away with it after the ball gets tipped around a few times there. He finds Sterling. Back to Poisson, all the way across to Meter. He'll drive. Gets doubled. Back up top to Poisson, who kicks it in the air. 3-point attempt by Sterling is no good, but an offensive rebound falls to Poisson. Back to Sterling. He's got Poisson on the opposite side. Little out of control with that pass. Didn't get the 3-pointer he wanted. Mount Blue can afford to be patient as Stevens puts up another 3-point attempt. Sterling got a little too hungry there on that play and is called for a reach-in foul. Messalonskee will be in the bonus from this point forward. Fouls are 6-2 here, just over a minute left in the third quarter. Dill defending. 30-second timeout for Messalonskee as they look to set up some plays here to end the quarter on a high note. Mount Blue has done a good job of cutting all of Messalonskee's runs short here. Every time it looks like Messalonskee's right back in the game, Mount Blue has slowed them in their track. Come down to the guard play of Sterling, Poisson, and Meter, who are patient around that perimeter. They know they don't need to push the pace. They don't need to keep getting that score up higher if they can just control the game, slow it down. They are in control of this game at this point. Messalonskee is the team that needs to get themselves back in it, so no need for Mount Blue to help them out there. So Messalonskee will have the ball out of the timeout here, down 17. Just over a minute left here in the third quarter. Parent to inbound. He finds Axelson open, who shoots the 3, and it is good. Now, Axelson's been quiet scoring-wise, but he's been Messalonskee's best player, in my opinion, tonight. Handling the ball really well and been their best perimeter defender. As Messalonskee falls into a zone here, looking to prevent easy drives, as reverse layup by Coben is no good off the Poisson feed. A little too aggressive on that pass by Messalonskee, a little too wild, too high, goes out of bounds. And Briggs and Sterling, 2 key scorers for Mount Blue, will come back in for Coben and Dill. 14-point game here with 40 seconds left. Might be a last shot scenario here for the Cougars. It's Poisson gets loose. Briggs will attempt the 3. No good on this one. Cold second half here for Briggs. That shoulder might be causing him a little bit of issues. Doesn't seem to be too big of an issue as he's back on the floor. Great hands there as Meter and Sterling together work, and it looks like last touch by Meter. Messalonskee will keep possession with 13 seconds to go here. Doobie to inbound. Here's Smith. He finds Axelson. Just under 10 to go here. Good hands by Sterling, but Smith comes back up with it. Parent called for the double dribble with 2.2 left on the clock. 2.2, plenty of time to put the ball down before shooting. And a turnover and a foul called on Briggs, as Duran will shoot 1-1 here with 0.8 seconds left on the clock. Unlucky play there to end. Good defense there by the big man. No good on his shot, and the tipped attempt by Axelson is well defended by Sterling and will go out of bounds to end our third quarter here. 52-38. Mount Blue leads by 14 with 8 minutes to go. We'll be right back.
Mount Blue TV Sports is brought to you in part by these generous sponsors: Origin and Jocko Fuel. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. The Hype family of dealerships since 1911, with locations in Skowhegan, Farmington, and Madison.
Welcome back, folks. We got a competitive second half here as Mount Blue blew open the lead there a bit in the second quarter, but in that third quarter they got outscored a little bit there by Messalonskee, who looks to keep themselves in this game. Mount Blue leads by 14 with 8 to go here. They got to improve their shot selection as well as some of their defense. They've had a lot of fouls here in this half of basketball, and because of that, Messalonskee will be shooting 1-1 for the next couple fouls before getting into the double bonus. Only 2 fouls called so far this half against Messalonskee. They got the advantage there, and they'll start with the ball. Try to look to get this back to single digits. Great quarter there by Messalonskee Sam Doobie, as he has 10 points now in the game. And there is a tip on Mount Blue, but the ball is stolen by Briggs, and Meter finishes it off. Back up by 16 here, 15 seconds gone. Great hands there by Poisson as he pops the ball out of bounds. Plays like that, you know, they don't get the possession back there, but it disrupts Messalonskee's flow and prevents them from getting into their set offense and helps Mount Blue control the pace of the game here as they look to lead with their defense. Briggs got right up there on Axelson, who slid his pivot foot and is called for the travel there on that play, as Mount Blue's great defense to start this quarter, setting them up to have a very successful quarter. They are up 16 with possession of the ball here. Briggs looks inside. Messalonskee back in their zone. Back to Meter. Sterling on the foul line. Good patient basketball by the Cougars. They're in no rush to score here as they are in the lead. Poisson, he finds Sterling. Wants to take it. Nothing there. Poisson gets called for the travel on his jump stop. Oh, looks like it was changed to a double dribble there. Here is Doobie with the ball. 1 minute gone. Gets trapped and gets the pass across to Love. Some good closeouts here by the Cougars. A little too aggressive maybe, as Poisson is called for the foul as number 11, Merrick Smith, loses possession on the play. But he will shoot 1-on-1 at the line here. Short on this one, but an offensive rebound. And right back to Smith as he puts up the shot and makes his second chance here. His second bucket of the night. Still a double-digit lead here, 14-point lead. Minute gone. Briggs thought about it. Back to Meter. He finds Sterling. Poisson attempts the deep three, not quite there, but he gets his own rebound. Finds Meter. Sterling from the foul line. Not quite there. Off, good rebound there by the big man, Merrick Smith. Hasn't been able to utilize his size on the offensive end very much, but he has rebounded quite well as Alden Doran gets his 8th point of the night. Now Blues struggling to score here as Messalonskee's had a couple possessions in a row where they've made easy ones. And there's Briggs, his first 3 of the second half, his 3rd of the game as he has 12 on the night now. Some good defense. Mount Blue has very active hands. Looks like the foul will be called on Briggs as him and Poisson double teamed there. 9th foul of the night. That's Briggs' 3rd personal foul. At the line for Messalonskee, Alden Doran. Good on the first. And he makes both. And it's another timeout for Messalonskee, a full timeout here, so good chance again. Without these sponsors, it would be impossible for us to bring you this broadcast. So thank you, Origin and Heights Chevrolet, for sponsoring us. Mount Blue's done a good job of keeping the lead above double digits, but Messalonskee is right there. They are a little bit in the driver's seat here in this 4th quarter. Mount Blue has just 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go, and that's all they need for time to tick off the clock to get the dub here as they lead by 13. They can continue to be patient on that end as long as they aren't getting any turnovers or anything along those lines, which they've done a pretty good job of protecting the ball. That's been the biggest issue for Messalonskee is their turnovers, as Mount Blue has far fewer turnovers than Messalonskee. But I would expect Messalonskee will try to be a little bit more aggressive in their zone and try to get some more steals or at least get some turnovers or force some bad shot attempts by Mount Blue here, because as time goes by, it's going to be harder and harder for them to close out that difference. Especially as we get closer to the end of the game here, and they might need to start fouling Mount Blue, who has shot very, very well from the free throw line tonight. All 5 players on the floor are plus free throw shooters, so if Messalonskee's going to make their run, it's going to have to come pretty soon, as Sterling will bring the ball up. He'll switch positions here as they'll put Poisson on the free throw line. Briggs for 3, and he makes another one. It's his 4th of the night. Looks like he's shaking that shoulder issue he was complaining about earlier and hit his last 2 in a row. Here's Love on the perimeter, defended by Sterling. Back up top to Roderick, sorry. Duran a little wild there. Looks like he's trying to draw a foul. Can't quite do it. As Stevens. Looks like some incidental contact there as Stevens hit Messalonskee's Duran in the face on the pass attempt. Got a timeout there as that player will sub off. Not a timeout, sorry, a referee stoppage, so neither team will get too long in their huddles. Mount Blue has possession. Meter takes it out as Messalonskee continues in their zone. Here's Sterling. He'll find Meter. Back to Poisson. Back to Stevens. Little too relaxed there by Meter, but Poisson keeps it. Briggs a little too strong on his shot attempt. Rebound pulled down by Smith. Here's Axelson. He finds Parent, who will drive. Hangs in the air for that finish, his 13th point of the night. Sterling. He finds Briggs. Back up to Meter. Almost stolen there by Axelson. Sterling looked to double team him. He finds Meter to Poisson to Stevens. Back to Meter. Thought about the 3. Changed his mind. Here's Poisson. He'll put up the fade away, sorry, and he makes it. As Zach Poisson also gets up to 16 points on the night. Mount Blue's third player to score for 15 tonight. Here's Parent with the ball. In the corner to Roderick, underneath. Smith is called for the travel before the shot. 30-second timeout by Coach Troy Norton. 3:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Mount Blue leads 62-46. Foul still 9-2 in Messalonskee's favor. Mount Blue will probably look to calm it down, as Messalonskee will need to up their intensity if they want to get back in this game here. They need to make one last final push. But Sterling and Briggs, Poisson, Meter have done a great job moving the ball around the perimeter, and down in the short corner, Stevens has done a great job of spacing the floor and being selective about what shots he wants to take and when he wants to reset the ball up top. For a young team, starting so many sophomores and juniors, you got a lot of good basketball IQ on display here tonight for the Cougars. Especially for a team that didn't win very many games last year. They won 3 on the season and are looking like, don't want to jinx them, but looking like they are starting off this season with a victory with just over 3.5 minutes to go here. Briggs, he finds Poisson, looks to Stevens, but falls to Meter up top. Back to Poisson. Good patient basketball as he puts up the one-handed scoop shot. Can't find it. Duran with it. Good double team as Sterling comes away with the ball. Looks like he just went through the legs. Unlucky to miss the layup there by Briggs, but Meter with the offensive rebound, and Briggs will shoot the 3. No good, but Meter with another offensive rebound. Back to Sterling. Back to Meter. Poisson wide open up top. Mount Blue doing a great job of extending these possessions with 2-3 offensive rebounds on this trip. Messalonskee looking to trap up top, and they will intentionally foul Sterling with 2:50 left. They got 4 fouls to go to get into the bonus. As Coben comes back in for Stevens. Like I said earlier, and Meter and Sterling, Briggs, Poisson are all great free throw shooters. Wonder if Coben is in the game to help the team as well as a free throw shooter, as it looks like Messalonskee's going to be looking to intentionally foul to get them closer to those 7 fouls needed to force 1-on-1. Parent out of the game as Roderick comes back in. Roderick not a starter, but he's played starters minutes here in the second half. Meter might have just got away with a little bit of a backcourt violation. And foul this time called on Doobie. Sterling draws again. Poisson with it. Back to Meter. Hadn't touched his feet inbounds when that pass was made, so he is deemed to be out of bounds on that play. Poisson a little too quick to get the ball back to him. 2.5 to go here, 16-point game as Axelson brings the ball up. Parent doesn't get his feet quite set, but gets the shot to fall. He's got 15 now in the night. Here's Poisson. He finds Briggs for 3. Who will put up the shot? No good, but Coben with the offensive rebound. Mount Blue's done a great job keeping these possessions alive as Walter Fagel is called for the foul. That's Messalonskee's 5th foul. Meter to inbound as Sterling is double teamed. Gets the ball into Sterling, who gets the ball right back to Meter not before drawing the foul though. To be called again for the foul. That's his 2nd. Back to Sterling in the corner, who is fouled by Fagel immediately, and that will be 1-1. So Messalonskee gets in the bonus here with just over 2 minutes left to go as the sophomore guard gets to the line, shooting 1-1. Sterling no good on the first, but the offensive rebound by Zach Coben keeps the possession alive as Sterling gets the rebound and is fouled immediately. Parent gets back into the game. Roderick will make way for him. Sterling looks for a chance to redeem himself after missing that last free throw. He makes the first. And makes it an even 2 for 2 there. 23 on the night for the sophomore. Some great defense there as Ackelson's pass floats out of bounds. Mount Blue basketball. Messalonskee will sub Parent out of the game. Must be in foul trouble. Here's Poisson, who will get to the line shooting 1-on-1. And just like that, fouls are even at 9-9 after Mount Blue had a 9-2 advantage. Sorry, Messalonskee had the 9-2 advantage. Poisson will shoot 1-1 at the line. No good on this one. Rebound to Doran. Mount Blue with a careless foul there as that puts Messalonskee into the double bonus. They'll shoot 2 at the line the rest of the way here. 1:56 to go, 16-point lead for Mount Blue. Duran good on the first. No good on number 2. Poisson gets the rebound. Kickball violation on number 5, Sam Doobie. Coach Norton will call another timeout here, try to get the team a little more organized, help them break this press. I believe Messalonskee will look to get some steals here before fouling if they must. Last 2 minutes of this game could be quite long as Messalonskee looks to prolong the game here by fouling and slowing down possession. Mount Blue's been okay at the free throw line here down the stretch as they are 2 for 4, sorry. Poisson missing his last, but Sterling making his last 2. Probably try to get the ball to Sterling or Poisson to help them break the press, but seems that any of the players out there are good options for free throw shooting as they've shot well throughout the night tonight. Their free throw shooting is definitely a big reason why they're up by 15 here with 2 minutes left in this first game of the season for the Cougars. These are good moments for both teams as Messalonskee is down by double digits, but it is a game that is not completely unwinnable for them at this point. Both teams young here, getting some tough experience to end games. Sterling wide open in the front court. He'll get the ball to Meter. Back to Sterling. Messalonskee's looking to double. Getting a lot of time wasted here. Sterling, though, he loses the ball. And the missed layup on the other end by Doran as Poisson gets the ball back with just under 90 seconds to go. Sterling with it. He finds Meter. Doing a great job killing some time here as back to Sterling. Sterling loses the ball out of his hands, goes out of bounds. Parent and Moody back into the game, offering some shooting for Messalonskee. Could use a three-pointer here. And fast as the errant pass goes to Poisson, who makes the easy layup. That lead back up to 17 here with less than a minute to go. Three-point attempt by Parent, no good. Ball last touched by Doobie, Mount Blue basketball. Roderick and Fegel back in the game for defensive purposes. Meter gets the ball into Briggs, back to Meter, back to Briggs. Meter will break the press, get the ball to Poisson. Sterling in the corner. Messalonskee's trying to foul, but not quite getting there in time. Poisson. Briggs. Sterling with it. Meter. Blue looks to pass the ball around here to end out the game. It doesn't seem like Messalonskee's planning on fouling as the ball goes out of bounds. Mount Blue basketball. Been a great first game of the season here for Coach Troy Norton. His game plan working great. Mount Blue focused on their high-intensity defense as well as their shooting and their guard play to get this victory. Last year, they had a lot of turnovers, and that was a major issue for their team, and they've definitely won the turnover battle here as Messalonskee was the team that was a little bit more loose with the basketball as Mount Blue finalizes this first win of the season, 66-49. We will be right back with our final thoughts on our player of the game.
Mount Blue TV Sports is brought to you in part by these generous sponsors: Origin and Jocko Fuel. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. The Hype family of dealerships since 1911, with locations in Skowhegan, Farmington, and Madison.
Hey folks, thanks for sticking with us tonight. Been a great first game of the season for Mount Blue as they held on to get the win 66-49. Some great well-balanced play from the team. We got some scores: Stevens with 2, Meter with 6, Coben also with 2, but the 3 big performers for the night for the Cougars were Chandler Briggs with 15 as well as 4 3-pointers from him, Zach Poisson with 18, and a game-high 23 for Evan Sterling. Evan Sterling, the sophomore guard, will be our player of the game tonight, scoring 23 points, leading the way for the Cougars. He also had some great defensive plays, probably up there for the team with steals, as well as some great key rebounds at key moments. Cougars had a great game tonight, great season opener. They're a young team, but they're hungry and they're aggressive. They played their game plan of really tight, aggressive defense, pushing the pace, relying on their 4-guard lineups, and some great, strong defensive play by their post players to keep the oversized Messalonskee players off the glass there. Great overall first win for Messalonskee. My bad. Great overall first win for Mount Blue on the season. Thank you. I appreciate you sticking around and watching this game with us tonight, and we will see you next time.